See you in a bit. So we will start at 10 o'clock actually. So we will start at 10 o'clock actually. Two more minutes to go. Hi. Okay, so now it's 10 o'clock. And hi everyone, I am Thadthong Bhrammanee from GEG Thailand. Welcome to the topics of the positive interdependence with Google Sites brings the bright sides of its teams. In these sessions, we'll cover two main topics, which the positive interdependence and Google Sites and teams participation. Oops, a minute. Let me stop the Mozart. Okay, so first, positive interdependence. So we use that in learnings, especially in the cooperative learning that needs inputs from each students, from each other in the teams. So working together in the groups, and each one will know that their efforts will give benefits to the groups. So while working in these groups, they will consider a positive thoughts that pay attention to the outcomes of the groups and individual accountabilities to know that the group performance will depend on individuals' input as well. And we know that some tasks cannot be success alone. At last, we need to reinforce the social skills to students and also the instructor himself in order to adapt to the digital literacies. So how to do that? We can do that by the project-based learnings and using a jigsaw modules approach. The jigsaw modules that each one contributes their own parts, and then they have the place that they will organize their result together. Which here we use Google Sites as the sketchbook, or the playground or whatsoever for students in the groups. And lastly, we need to have a peers reviews on that. So there's some examples of the groups of the students that use the Google Sites as a playground. That way, the students may have the files on the Google Drive in the formats of the picture, text, slides, sheets, so or the movies or whatsoever. So they have a place that they come together to do the brainstorming and to organize their thoughts. Okay, so this is one example. This example of these groups of students that they just to try to find the way to determine or to identify the age of the trees. So they get together and they try to find out that in the how many years of the trees based on their circumference and the heights of the trees. Examples. So they divide the work, then they come back in this playgrounds in the here the so-called Google Sites and put together their stuff for the further brainstorming and to finish up the work. And of course, it's nice that they need to think to place to keep the references site and the link to the originals one. Examples. And for this group of students, they decide to use the footers of the page of the Google Sites page as a place to show who are they in the teams. This one example. Another example, if students need to go out in the fields, so in these groups, they go out and try to find the insect pest. Sorry. So they come back together, and these students. So after they try to find whatever, so they come back and they mark the locations and things that they've been that they've been seeing, and they would like to find more information on that because these are computer science students that we're going to create a database after this. But Google Sites is a nice place that they put together the different kind of formats of materials that they find all together. This is examples. And of course, in these examples, there have the different other little details or other items that they find. And another example, like these groups of girls, they would like to find information and create some kind of real world activities at how to make a bamboo straws in order to save the world, love the earth. So a different way that they find, and finally they just put together whatever each person's been doing. Some draw the photos, some draw the pictures, some take the real photos, and finally they come back, and from the hundreds of materials that they've been find, they come and organize of the instructions in here. And actually you see that it's a straw, is the real bamboo straws that the outputs of these groups. So it's kind of, I think it's pretty good for the knowledge management as well. Oh, thank you. Some said that I have the problem with my microphones. Oh, it is better. Okay. I cannot read that much of the comments, but thank you very much for telling about the sounds. Anyways, okay, keep going. Is that is a result of the knowledge management and the playgrounds that they put together in them Google Sites. And another example is that if there's this group of students, they prefer to do the mock-up, the physical model mock-up, but the mock-up models, and after that, they will translate or put aside the information on Google Sites. So from the mock-up model physical world, so they have another place on Google Sites to put more details in a digital format. So how the sound is the voice is okay yet? Sorry, I will read the comments like from time to time, but thank you for letting me know. Thank you so much. Okay, next is that, so that's pretty much about the positive interdependence. That is, it's the heart of teaching and learning somehow, because in this world, not all the tasks that can be done alone. We need to go on and keep going together. So the second part that I'm going to discuss is about the Google Sites and team participations. So here there are four topics. The first one is about the project-based learning. That's go well with Google Sites and using the jigsaw models. Jigsaw model is pretty much going well with Google Sites as well, because people, each student can do their own works, keep in drive in different formats, or store in the digital place somewhere, and then come to put them together here. And the third one about Google Sites is that it's good that we can take roles in the groups. Who will be the leaders? Who will be able to grant authorities to members or external parties, or to teachers, or to other people, some in publics. And last one is about peer reviews. Okay, so let's from Google Sites, as I said that today, we will just demonstrate and share the ideas of if students using the Google Sites as a place that they just gather the information that they've been collecting. Okay, so we're going to create a site. Of course, go to site. If you get used to with the nine dots here, you just go. But in here, I'm just to type in site sits.googlesite.com. Okay, well, in this Google Sites page, you have an options that you want to use the template galleries for that's been have the templates for personal things, work, teams, and education. That are the stuff pretty much well planned. So here we're going to just get it create an easy one and just create it for the blank one. So we click the blank to create the new blank page. Okay, here I come. From this blank page, I suggest you to just put the names of the file first. So maybe we're just going to use the files like maybe sustainable something sustainable. And here we are going to add page title. So the titles here may be about sustainable living. I'm intentionally used the long titles to show you that it's not, we don't have like more power to change the font size or things in this version yet. But I bet that in the next versions they will allow us the ability to do so. So we're going to oops. Oh, sorry, I just read the comments and it's with the microphone. Just a second. So I'm using another plan. Okay, here you go. I'm just going to get a new microphone then. Oops. It is still okay going on with a microphone. Sorry that I have this problem. Okay. So I'm going to okay. Hi. So we have the problem solving that we need to do in a flash. Okay, so is the sounds okay? Okay, I'm going to use the external microphone right now. All right then. Sorry for the delays. Okay, so it's your page titles. The page titles, maybe we use the title sustainable. Oops, sorry. Sustainable living with the examples. Okay, so here's it's kind of your banners here of the page. All right, is a microphone okay? Please let me know. All right, so here's a title of the page. So here's some headers that you can just make it in different size. So now I'm just going to use the banners. And here we can have the, you can change the names, maybe blissful or something. Blissful world or whatsoever. And these titles will go on different pages or that you will be newly created. So here's the change of, how about the image? So if we need the image here, we just going to upload new image, or you can choose from the image that you have on your site already. Okay, in this, I'm just going to use the image, a new image. All right. And if you see this little star here, that's very helpful. They enhance the Google sites automatically enhance their color contrast just for the sake of readabilities. Because if we just, as you're going to just click it here, you see that's the original photos, which will make the text very difficult to read. So we're going to bring back the star. All right. Now we have the readabilities over the text already. All right, and next, here's this, what else? We're just getting to know the playgrounds that's the group of the team members or student members can come and put the work here. So on the vertical sides, there are elements that you can insert. And the next tab will be page, that we can create a different page. And the last one is theme. Okay, so here, if we're going to just use the layout, this is pretty helpful. So here's the layout. In the layout, you just be able to add the image by uploading or select from the sites. You just put a YouTube thing, calendars or maps. So here, I'm going to use examples of the, okay, let's see there. Cats with the mangosteens, and we have to just put the text here. Maybe this is topics 1, blah, 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 and also the contents, C-O-N-T-E-N-T, contents. Okay, and this is the contents of the topics. And next, if you like to duplicate these sections, it's okay here, in case that you've been loving what the layouts and whatever you input here already. Okay, so if you don't want these sections, just delete that. And also other sections like this, because most of the times students or groups will have they will go and grab different contents that they would like to bring back and discuss with friends. So this is a good place, because sometimes I find out that when they try to dig through the Google Drive, that's maybe too much of them, and they haven't revised or defined the work. There you go. So this is another examples. And what else? That here's the layout. And if I just go back here from the examples, this group of students use the layout styles like this as well. Next, there are some other things that the groups can be done. For example, they do the collapsible text, like this is nice. This is nice. Details. Details 1, and click to edit the text, and they just put the content here. Okay, so the collapsible, it means that when we build the page, build the site on the published versions, this will be able to collapse. So it's it makes us easier to read the contents of friends, and we still can add more. That this is nice. It is nice. Details number 2, and you just put your contents here, content whatsoever here. Next on, if the students go find more things for friends, they can add maybe a maps. Okay, a maps can be the existing maps that's been on Google Maps. They can search here, or they can just drop a place mark on that. That's I just searched here, and of course we just get the maps here. And another kind of maps is that some group of students have done the maps using Google My Maps, that they do the customizations of their informations on the locations. So we can just add that another works of the groups in here too. And how about if some group of students, they've been create the work on their own part, the independence work, and store on the Google Drive, but they use in PDF formats because of they like to keep that format somehow. So yes, if you like to add the PDF to the site. So this is examples of their work that they want to throw to the teams, that hey, please go and discuss on my part. So we just go to that PDF files, and on the previews, actually, previews, and go to the 3 dots, share. We will click on the copy the links to get the shareable links done. So now we have the links store. Then we come back here, and we are going to insert or embed the PDF file here. So we just click the embed. Okay, and URLs, just Control V, just paste the URL in there, and then we insert. Okay, just a second. Here we go. So the PDF files of the team members right in here. So here we go. And we can have like so many other things. Like sometimes that some students, they assign the team's member to define things in Google Slides, for example. Like this example of the slides. And then they keep it in Google Drive. So this is some examples of the groups of students that they said, okay, I'm just go find the lunch site so that we can come back and decide a database for that later. So here it is. This is it. And add footers that will go to every pages of your slides. So I said, I am a footer. These examples. Okay. So pretty much this is the place or the playgrounds that the students, a group of students can come together and put the page here. Next on mentioning about the page. So this is just one portal. So if we get a new page, we will a new page about the story. Okay. And maybe get a new page about something about waters. A new page thing about maybe the livestock. Okay, so that's about a livestock. And where the thing goes. So we notice here is on the navigation bar here. All right. And can we move it and change the priorities or change the levels of each page? Okay, I'm just going to make the waters go before the stories, so it's be like this. And of course, we will, if you go to the three dots, you go to the add subpage. Okay, water 01 something. Okay, so we can have them subpage on this too. And where it goes is we go on the top of the page where the navigation bar. So we may wonder, so what can we do with this? This is a scratchbook. So to make sure that it can be able to go well on different kind of screens, examples, go with the phone, tablets, or the PCs. So we're going to just use these tabs to see and to recheck the format of to recheck our designs. I'm going to just click X to take it out, and then we just go to home. Remember that if we would like to check any page, we need to be point the mouse or to show that page first. Like, okay, I'm going to check the homes. Here, I go to the homes and go to the previews that house my friends, or if we want to share with teachers or external reviewers, will see on their smartphone. How will they see on their tablets? Yes. And next, if they use computers, personal computers, how will they see this? Okay. And just mark X. Okay, next thing is that this three dots. It is good for the maybe the projects, project admins of the of these projects. People, students who take roles of this, you will come and see the version history, and you can go back and forth between different versions as well. Next on this, will not go unless you publish that. Okay, so we're going to click the publish. Okay, when we publish to the web, there's a trick that the URLs here that will come after the words like will, that you can recreate or you can define your URLs. I mean, the name after the words, the Google's site.googles.coms and views. And if most of the times, of course, they use your page titles as URLs. But if you want to rename it, like, for example, I just would like to, just peaceful. Which, of course, as I expect that somebody already taken. So it's I think it's a chance that you try to create your own meaningful or unique URLs at first. Okay, so I'm just going to use them. Okay, blissful. I just say blissful world or some things. Okay, nobody take that. And next, you can request a public search engine not to display your site as well, because sometimes you want to just keep it private, just for your groups. So here, just leave it blank and going to publish. Okay, so now other people can see and find your sites, or if you like to show the sites to your, maybe you have the partners of your groups, you can just show them here. So how to show them? Just go here at the triangles. Then we're going to, we already published the site. From here, you review changes and publish. This means that if you made a change and republish again, but right now we don't make a change yet. And view your published sites. And another one, if you're done or you don't want it to have this page anymore, you just deleted that. So you just do the unpublish maybe. Or I mean, the unpublished will not, doesn't mean that delete from your Google your drive, or doesn't mean that delete to this page, but just to make it invisible to others directories. Okay, so we just go to view published sites. Okay. So that's how the world will see your sites. And all the navigations bar and things. And of course, you will see that this is your URL. I'm just going to copy that and just paste it here, just to let you, some of you, and most of the time, so sometimes I get the questions that, so what is the URL that I'm going to send it to others? So here it is. It's a blissful world. Okay, next we're going to, that's project-based learning, that we will use the Google Sites as a place to organize your ideas and to share your selected ideas with your teams. Next one, the jigsaw modules. Of course, for the jigsaw modules, you will do the brainstorming together, maybe by using the informal communications mode, like some use the other kind of social media slides and stuff to chit chat and to discuss the ideas. And for the formal ways, we use Google Classroom here because we can identify exactly who you are. We can track the exact date and times of the activities. So that's another jigsaw modules of Google Classroom, and for the task delegations, that who's gonna do what. That's a student will use maybe the Google Docs or Google Sheets, and they do the sites log and report to instructors once in a time. Sometimes, and for other tools, sometimes like because the class, even if it's a computer's class, but we need to go out and interact with the real world to correct the real information gathering experience. So another thing that they use is Google Lens. I'm not going to go in deep for the Google Lens in these sessions, but I would say this is nice, just examples. On the left side, that is demonstrate that, okay, if you find something that we don't actually know, so we use the apps on mobile apps, Google Lens. We need to go and download that. Just go to Google, just Lens of, so we just it just pretend it's like we take a snapshot on that, and it will it will come back with the similar items that we asking. So on here is the real morning glories or entire spark boom that we just, what is it? So we just use Google Lens and it just come, but it's not 100% correct. So students need to come back and make further research or do adjustments. Okay, so for the come back to the thing that we said that's a jigsaw modules. So for these jigsaw modules, just now we got this link already, examples. Okay, in case that I will demonstrate that if we use the Google Classroom examples, I'm going to use another account that can create them. Okay. So we're just going to do the classroom. Okay, so here's some instructors that they create the classroom. I'm going to change, make sure that you are on the right accounts. Okay, here. And I'm just going to demonstrate here, but sorry that this account, its original is in Thai, so we just, oops, sorry. We're going to create a classroom. Just now we just use the words, maybe blissful day mode examples. It's just done real quick. Okay, so now the system is going to create the classroom. And here's is classroom codes. So you just make copies or just tell the students here's class code. Then, okay, I'm going to use another account and pretend that I'm a student. Okay. So here I'm a student and go to classroom. Actually, the classroom need to have it before we first, right? But in these demonstrations, because we focus on the Google sites, but I just backtracked to show you the way to communicate between student and teacher in informal ways by other method lines or things, and in the formal ways. So we use the classroom. So here I'm students. I just click a plus sign here and say that join classroom. Okay, so I just put the class code just now. Okay, here you go. So this is my classroom. Okay, so back to the teachers. Okay, so I'm going to assign the work. Here, go to the stream and add the assignments. Sorry, but this is in Thai because it's for this classroom version of the institute. We set it in Thai language, but it's very good that it's kind of go together with the English version, so student can practice more. Okay, we're going to ask them for their work in progress. So I'm going to say submit your work in progress, please, somehow. And I'm assigned to the student in the blissful demo class, and that will be maybe 20 points. And I'm not going to put the submission dates or any other things. Just for make it real quick, I'm going to assign to students. Okay, so I assign to students. Now I am the student. Here, I'll just go to my assignments. And the teacher, the instructor asked to submit the work in progress. Okay, so I just go to that site that my teams just published. It's here, right? I just copy the URLs here. After copies the URLs, I come back to my submissions page. I will say the add a link. I just put that link. Add that link already. Okay. After that, I submit the work. I say, okay, I'm going to submit the work to the instructors. All right, back to the instructor modes. And on my streams, there's a work. I just see, okay, that's one student being submit. So because I just add only one student. So here, so I just click on the student submissions and see their Google Sites that they've been together, their ideas that they've been refined, and after that, I just give comments and things. So this is examples of the parts of the Jigsaw modules that they do is in Jigsaw. We use Google Sites and how we're going to distribute the information over other applications. Okay. Next, about the roles in the groups. Sorry, I just read. I cannot read the comments like perfectly. I will answer the comments after the sessions. So role in this group, we have group's member. Of course, for a group's member, let's see from the existing things, existing slide from the first groups. See here. This is share with others. We can just apply this more. The more share with others, just in order to make it along with their group members and tasks that the groups has been defined. And let's see. Okay, I'm going to do it again. So with a share with others. So you've got the options. The options that for the draft is here. It's just if the unpublished versions. So for unpublished versions, anyone who has a links can edit. So okay, we don't want that at this time. Or for the published versions, anyone can find and views. Okay, so maybe later after we've published, and if not, that private, we can set the options. So they grant access to, this is me, and with the options, as I'm one of the team member as well, so I can edit. Or if not, maybe there are some students been assigned as a reviewer in the page because they have been assigned other parts. They can view and view the published versions only, but they cannot come to the unpublished version because it's been discussions. So this is example. So if anyone that can just view published, so the symbols will be just little eyes, and because this clear that actually design clear that per the assignments in the classroom. So entire there's a teacher in the classroom in that particular classroom. So whoever take roles as a teacher in that particular classroom, this group of students grant the access to come and edit that. Okay, and we may invite other people or other students to come and take the roles of team member to help editing and stuff. In this example, I may assign to some of my friends and send. Okay, so sharing with who not in G Suite organizations, because this is like this account I'm running on the G Suite account. Here you go. This examples of granting the task to friends and others to come and edit the Google site per se a sketchbook. All right. Come back here. Other settings. The navigation bars on the top. But if you feel like, oh, that's it's on the top, we just want to have it on the left side. So we just make it on the sides here and close the setting. So we will notice that the navigation bar that used to be up here now moves to the left side. It's another examples. And of course, share with others that being demonstrated that we applies to the roles in the groups here. And next will be about the peers reviews. Okay, for the peers reviews, that's finally if we've been doing the work together in this kind of the interdependence work, and it's the ways after we're going to finish up, wraps up everything, we used techniques. That's two techniques that been using. The first one, if we use the World Cafe technique, that where students organize their stage, and other groups of students come and look around whatever they would like to present their outcomes of the group's work. And sometimes we do it in face-to-face, and some students got an options that they're starting on Drive, on YouTube, or on the Google Meets, especially in this durations of the COVID-19, that we cannot perfectly do the World Cafe style. So we moved from the face-to-face track to the Google, to the online track. And another one is a self and peers feedback. Okay, let me get back to these World Cafes. That in this period, we in the COVID-19, we do the social distancing. So we still as a teachers of the class. Okay, so now I'm the teacher of the class. I'm going to so many class. They go to, I'm going to the blissful demos. You see. Oh, that's so orange. In this, I'm going to change them. Okay, maybe like this. Just to help students to from the eyes constraints, from the too colorful colors. Okay, so here. Spiritual demo, we have stream, the classwork, students, and the point or score here. So, but that's not about what I'm going to focus now. I'm going to introduce this one. Sorry that in Thai, but if you in English versions, you go to them. Okay, I'm going to redo it again. Go to the settings, the gears icons on the right top. I click it here and scroll down to the Meet here. Okay, so we're going to create the Meet link, which will help student and teacher to do their videos, calls, and to present the work easier. Okay, so here's a link Meet. I'm going to just save the file, save the setting, I'm sorry. So we save the setting. Voila, so you come here. There's a new functions here. So they said links to the Meet, Google Meet. So in order to do the World Cafe here, so now we move to the online platform. Just click the Meet link, and students can have a place to come and getting on the Meet here. Okay, so it said that the camera is off because I'm using the cameras for these live sessions. Okay, there it is. Examples, and if you want to add other students, we can just get them the nickname of this Google Meet conference rooms, or give them the links here. Examples. Okay, by doing so they have a place to do the World Cafes. Another one is self and peer feedback. Here, sometimes we do it by using Google Form, but sometimes I'm used just Google Sheets, so they have them touching feelings of them things that they would like to express, that would like to add. Okay, so from the group's work, we will finally ask the students of their perspective on group member. They put the group member's name here and give the score of effort on the given task that the members been done and values over the projects. So that's about how they see others, and how we also have the 3 questions so that they can look back to themselves, that, hey, about yourself. On the first one, what areas do you feel your contributions? Okay, sorry. I'm just going to adjust the heights of the self. Okay, here. What areas do you feel that you contributed the most to on these projects? So they will write down the projects by going back to that. They will remind themselves by going back to that Google sites. And then the second question, do you feel like the workload was distributed eventually among members? The last questions, if any of the group members were absent while working on this project, this absence affects the amount of work that you were able to complete. Okay, so this is the last one of the peer evaluations and also the self-evaluations. And the answer will, of course, reflects on the Google's sites that they've been working together, drafting together over there. All right, so that's the end of the sessions. I'm spending the times on these sessions to sharing about the positive interdependence with Google Sites, bring the bright side of the teams, and that we focus on the abilities of the looking toward the same team outcome by having the positive interdependence or individual accountabilities. And other ones, I try to share the ideas of how to use Google Sites and to encourage the team participations. And this will reinforce the social skills to the learner as well as the instructor as well. So now we did use the project-based learning. We did using the jigsaw modules stuff, and we use the functions in Google Sites to enhance or to make it clear of the roles in the groups. And of course, we use the maybe Google Form, Google Sheets, or things available in Google Classroom for the peers review app as well. Okay, so actually that's it for today. Let me just look real quick for the comments and things. Okay, so sometimes the questions that about the colors and the background of the sites and others. Okay, I will answer that offline after these sessions. Okay, so thank you for today's, and enjoy your times, enjoy your work, and I hope that we can share other things, other techniques, other tips next time. So thank you for today. Bye bye from GEG Thailand. สวัสดีค่ะ